Yes, hello everyone. Greg Driscoll here with Instanet Solutions as part of our Instanet Forms Plus DocBox Pro How Do I series. This segment, how do I email or fax an individual online form outbound to client or cooperating agent? So we're going to first access our Instanet Forms Plus DocBox Pro account. The home page, this page is the home page attached to this home tab. We are going to access our individual forms. Clicking on Work with Individual Forms, we are going to open our individual form library. We are going to access a form that we completed online to deliver outbound to our client or cooperating agents or other intended recipients. So I'm going to double click on the folder name to open this folder so that I can see our online forms library as well as the completed forms, the forms that we've completed to deliver outbound to our clients or cooperating agents. I'm going to choose the exclusive right to sell. I'm going to double click on that form. You see expands and that we can now see the completed versions of this form. I've completed this version. I want to now deliver it outbound to my client, cooperating agent, or other appropriate recipient. I select that form. It highlights it in blue. From the top here of the left-hand column, I would like to drop-down menu, email or fax the selected form. So let's show both. First, fax the selected form. Click on the go arrow. We're going to fax this completed form. We're going to type in our recipient's name, Will Williams. We're going to put in their fax number. We're going to decide if we want to include a fax back cover sheet so the recipient, once they take any appropriate actions with that received fax, can use this cover sheet to return that signed or executed contract directly back in to the DocBox of my Instanet Forms Plus DocBox Pro account. I'm going to include that cover sheet. I want to be notified when my fax is returned via email or text, whichever is the appropriate notification. I also want to receive a PDF attachment of those received fax pages. All of these are optional items, but by default, Instanet Forms Plus DocBox Pro wants to include a fax back cover sheet. It wants to notify you when the fax pages are received by email, and it wants to include a PDF copy of those received fax pages. Decide on the appropriate actions. Bottom right-hand corner of our screen, send fax. We click send fax to deliver this form outbound to that appropriate recipient. Again, it is internet faxing. You do not need to have a fax machine connected to your computer to send an outbound fax. It is internet faxing. We fax those forms outbound from your account to your fax recipient. Same form selected here on the left-hand column, same form. Again, from the top left-hand column, I would like to drop-down menu, email the selected form. We can choose to either fax or email, or maybe even both. So select the email selected form option, clicking on the go arrow. Again, the right-hand side of our screen changes. We have a choice of how we would like to deliver this email message, this form via email message, as an email, as attachment, as a PDF attachment to our outbound email, where a recipient would only require a PDF reader to open or review that PDF attachment. We can deliver the form as a link embedded within an email message. The recipient receives the email, they click on the link, it launches or opens Instanet Forms on their computer. So they must meet the same requirements of Adobe Acrobat Reader, Sun Java, using Mac with Safari browser, or PC with Internet Explorer or Firefox. When sending as a link, your recipient is under the same requirements as you are when launching Forms Edit Mode on your computer. That is the equivalent of them launching Forms Edit Mode on their computer. It is a non-fillable form, but it is Forms Edit Mode launched on their computer. You can also allow that recipient to make changes or update the fillable fields, those required and optional fields. You can allow that additional permissions to your email recipients. When you send as a link, you can grant those additional permissions, because again, that recipient is launching Forms Edit mode on their computer. That recipient is accessing your online form through their computer, so they are under the same requirements for Mac on Safari browser, or PC on Internet Explorer, or Firefox. Adobe Acrobat Reader and Sun Java must be installed. We select the appropriate delivery method. Let's change it back to that send as email attachment. We type in our recipient's name. We type in their email address. We can add a carbon copy. Perhaps we want to include ourselves, carbon copy ourselves on this message, blind carbon copy so that the recipient doesn't know that I carbon copied myself or other appropriate recipient. I can also add a message, some text, please review and call with questions. Whatever you would like to be typed into your outbound email message. Again, the questions regarding the fax back cover sheet: do you want to include that outbound? Do you want to include a fax back cover sheet attached to that email message so your recipient can fax back those signed executed contracts? Bottom right-hand corner, send that email message. You can deliver your forms directly from Forms Library, Incident Forms Library, via email or fax. I want to thank you for joining me for this segment of our Incident Forms plus DocBox Pro How Do I series. How do I email or fax an individual online form outbound to a client or cooperating agent? And until we webinar again, I hope you have a tremendous, tremendous day.